Perfect, 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 perfect.
Hey, what up, everybody? It is Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are back at our regular scheduled time, Mike, with the Mike and Mish show. What up, Mike?
Yo, what is up, Kyle? We are back on our Wednesday night, regular Wednesday night.
Regular Wednesday. Last week we
What's
were
up,
on a
everybody?
Thursday after a little time off, but we're back regular time, regular Mike and Mish time, and we're gonna have a triple header for these mofos tonight. We got 3 awesome guests lined up, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this Clearwater event. Even though there's an event this weekend in Italy, we'll talk a little bit about that too. But the 3 fighters that are coming on tonight all will be in action on May 2nd, Clearwater, Florida. So I'm excited to talk to them. We got Ace Samples coming on, who's going to be taking on Michael Larimore. We got Quentin Gaskins, who's going to be taking step into the squared circle for his second fight of his career. And we are talking to Crystal Pittman, a staple in the women's divisions in the BKFC.
Yes.
I really don't know what her division is. I believe it's 135, but I believe it might just be her and whoever she's fighting in 135. So
wherever she wants to fight, that's where the weight goes.
Yeah. So we'll talk to her about that too. But I just got back home. It was a birthday celebration for my boy Jackson. He's turned 14 years old. So I went out to dinner tonight and just got back from dinner.
Happy
Hop
birthday,
on here.
Jackson.
Yeah, 14 years old. Dude, it's like the time just fucking flies. It's crazy.
Hanging out with Jack's son, huh? Who is Jack?
Well, he is.
That doesn't work with his name.
No, it doesn't work with him. It's not spelled that way. So
no, it's not.
But he is a 6 foot tall, 14-year-old martial artist with a mustache and a musician.
It's so weird how fast kids grow because like when we went to Philly the second time and I went to pick you up, he was walking down the street to get the bus. I saw him and I passed him. I was like, what the fuck? The kid's massive. And then I picked you up. And then when we got to the corner, I rolled the window down and I said, hey, what's going on there, little boy? You want some candy? And then he just looked up and laughed at me. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, man. He's like a full. He's dude. Just a quick shout out to Jackson on his birthday too, because he not only is he 14, he's black belt in karate, and he's a gray and black belt in jiu-jitsu youth belts. He could play the guitar, he could play the harmonica, he could play the trumpet, the trombone, the tuba, and he is teaching himself the piano. He for his birthday got one of those harmonica holders that goes around your neck so he could play the harmonica and play the guitar at the same time. I can't even walk and chew bubble gum at the same time without tripping over my own feet. This motherfucker can play a guitar and a harmonica at the same goddamn time. I don't get it.
I got pretty decent at Guitar Hero once.
Really?
And we got Rock Band, and I was pretty good at that too. So not bragging, but I did a little bit of instrumentals myself.
Yeah,
it's a regular old Beethoven.
You are, Mike. You know what's cool too? He's not a dick about anything to his little brother. He's a great big brother. Like, he teaches the guitar to Nolan. He teaches the piano to Nolan. Like,
I want to hear him hit some good blues Traveler. That's like the best harmonica.
Harmonica, yeah, dude. He could. I mean, he does. He knows some Neil Young songs. He knows Piano Man. He's picking songs and learning them as he goes. I don't know if Blues Traveler is quite his speed yet. And that's some pretty high tech shit, I think. So he'll get there though. Big Ben says I play the skin flute well.
Oh, I'm sure you do. He uses his mouth when he plays it.
With his
just like a harmonica.
Closed. Yeah. What a schooner. Hey, why don't we shout out our sponsors, because we do have Ace Samples waiting to come on the show to talk about his upcoming fight with Mike Larimore. So let's go ahead and shout out our sponsors, Mike.
Okay. let me clear my throat here for this. Dynamic Life, sexual health, weight loss, and anti-aging. Retake control of your life by reaching optimal health. Visit www.livedynamic.com. It's the only online platform where you can become a patient in under 20 seconds. Also, check out their Instagram page on Live Dynamic. That's Liv Dynamic on Instagram.
Dude, that was a new Yuck It Up, boys. That was that was new. That was fantastic. That was awesome. I'm not going to do better than that. But you guys should get over to the Rasha. That is our other sponsor. Rasha is the official mindset recovery performance partner of the BKFC and champions such as Misfit Faria and Austin Trout. And they also sponsor Dan Chapman and a whole bunch of other fighters, but they also sponsor the Mike and Mish show. Get over to the Rasha at Rasha Elite on Instagram. They have a link in the bio that'll bring you to their website, therasha.com. The shit is serious. Get your mind right, recover, become a champion.
Money right.
Get your mind right. So there it is. Thank you to Dynamic Life and the Rasha for sponsoring the show. Mike, what do you say we bring on Ace Samples?
Yeah, I think it's about damn time. I mean, he's been waiting down there long enough. We're not going to make you wait much longer, Ace. We're going to bring you on, and it's going to be right after this.
There he is. There he is. Welcome to the show, Ace.
Look
at you with all these guys in the background. Hey,
I love it.
I love it, on, man.
Look, we are live from Wing House right here in Madtown. Shout out
Wing House, baby. Let's go.
All right, who's eating the hottest? Who's eating the hottest wings back there? Which one of these guys is going after the hottest wings in the house?
So look, this kid right here, Hogan,
yeah.
Right there, boom, #2 kickboxer in the world.
No way.
Hell yeah.
Here.
Jeez.
Bam. Both of them just won their belts last weekend.
Congrats, gentlemen.
Congratulations. Are you their coach? Like these are all your students?
they call me their coach. I mean, I guess I beat the fuck out of them regularly. So I mean,
Well, that's good. That's good. You learn the hard way, I guess. You practice hard, and that makes the game. I always tell I don't coach martial arts or boxing or anything like that, but I coach basketball and baseball, and I always tell the kids the hard work and practice makes the game easy. So we come in here, you think we're hard on you, you think you're getting your ass kicked in here at practice. Yep. It is for a reason. The game will be easy, trust me, and we always do pretty good. So
that's it.
They gotta love that shit, Ace. So hey, man, you're back. You are back. You're taking your 2-1 record in there against another 2-1 fighter, Michael Larimore. And the first time we ever talked to you, I remember you went in there, you beat Glendale Futrell, and you said, "I'm not here just to fuck around. I'm here to be a champion." All right. You came out, you looked good. You got the second fight didn't quite go your way, but in that last one, you looked fantastic. Now you're going against a kid that there was a lot of hype about, Mike Larimore. Papa G.
Hype, and he's a hometown kid. Like, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I mean, I respect Larimore, but he's a kid. Like, I've done this for so long, man. I have, from the age of 7, I've been punched in the face. We're ready, man. Like, I don't know any other way to say it.
Yeah. Well, from the Derek Perez fight to the last one that you won, did you change anything up in your training? I know that you train all the time anyway. You're always wrestling. You're always wrestling with your gym. Did you do something different before that Derek Perez fight that maybe didn't work out so well, and then you switched it up a little bit for that third fight? Because you looked like you reset for that third fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got rid of all the bullshit. I kicked the girlfriends to the curb. I quit all the paying attention to the politics, the big talk, the small talk, the online chat, all the distracting bullshit, man. Like, who you see around me right now is really all I give a damn about. People in this room, outside my mother, my father in heaven, and my family, my actual family. Like, I don't let things distract me anymore. I'm gonna get up daily. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go to the gym. Outside of camp, I'm gonna drink beer. At the beginning of camp, I'm gonna drink beer. I'm coming to Clearwater to beat the fuck out of Michael Larimore, and I don't give a goddamn if he knows it or not.
Drink beer and eat wings. It's really kind of it seems like it's a simple thing, right? The basics. What makes you happy? Because the thing is if you got all these distractions in your life, they might not seem like distractions, but when in hindsight is 2020, right? That's what they say. You look back and you're like, why the hell did I perform this way? And whatever you do, doesn't even have to be fighting. And then you realize there's all these things that you think are good for you aren't good for you. And you cut it out. And sometimes people just immediately you see the change, I had a boss that was so bad at work one time. They gave me heartburn so bad. They ended up putting me on medicine. I ended up leaving that job and went somewhere else. And I didn't, after a little while, didn't need it anymore. That guy was literally giving me heartburn. Is that crazy? Like, that's how bad I was stressed out with this dude.
It stress sucks, man. Like that's the way we, that's like tonight. Tonight's a perfect example. We decided we were going to go to the gym. I got in, got my rounds in. I sparred with the boys, got my pad work in, hopped on the bag for a minute, and then we decided, you know what better place for me to come and do my podcast than up here at Wing House. It's a great locally owned, awesome establishment. They're greeting, they're amazing, and it's in my hometown. It's a vibe, and like for me, I've got to be in a complete good mindset, and that's what I love. I mean, that's my life. That's for me, being an advocate for mental health, beating depression, having that many days of being like, I don't want to see tomorrow, is I don't know, man. It's a platform that I can really, really speak on. Like, and I say this all the time, and I hope nobody like copies this and makes a fucking shirt that makes them rich or anything. But today is the tomorrow that I wished I would never have. Like yesterday, I didn't want today to be here. And it's like that all the time. whether it's finances or relationship or training or stress or any of those things. And it's like, I'm going to use my BKFC platform to make sure that I can save one person's life daily. And it's like, at the end of the day, I need to fight. I need Larry Moore to punch me in the fucking face. I need it to happen. I don't want to go out here like Livingston where I starch his fucking ass in 1 minute and 8 seconds. And as great as that may seem to the world and as awesome as it was, that shit doesn't do anything for me, dog. It does nothing for me. Like, what's going to do it for me is flying down to Clearwater, coming into his hometown, and me and him getting into a complete fucking dogfight. Like, I need, Michael, I know you're listening to this, and if you're not, you should already be. I need you to know this. I need you to understand this. If you're not mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually prepared to go through fight of the night, you're going to be on the receiving end of the fucking knockout of the night, and I promise you that. I assure you of that. Like, you need to come very well prepped and ready to deal with a fucking demon that's going to stand in front of you. Because I need it. I need to let me out of me. At the end of the day, I need to let a lot of me out of me, and that is it.
It's really amazing how many fighters how many people actually turn to fighting in combat sports to cope with the same stuff that you're talking about. Like, quite a few fighters use combat sports as a way to, let off aggression. They use it to combat their depression, and they do use it as a platform, to spread the word. I know Jenny Savage is a big advocate for mental health. Caleb Harris is another big one. There's a lot of you guys out there, and I love that you do that for everyone out there, because some people are afraid to go step into a gym, but those same people might be fighting demons on their own, and they might be surprised when they walk through them gym doors at how welcome they are. You know what I mean?
People are scared of a lot of things, and at the end of the day, like, I fear God, homie. That's it. I fear God. Outside of that, there's nothing else. I mean, it's pain. It's a little bit of pain. It comes and it goes. I mean, that's I got to leave a legacy for these kids behind me that make sure they understand that it's look, I care about getting split open. That's what
it's great. You look like you're in great shape right now. You sound like you're dialed in. You're surrounding yourself with the right people. What are you doing in between fights? Are you competing in any grappling tournaments? And are you mainly just coaching with the guys and training on your own?
Shit, bro, coaching and fishing, like
coaching and fishing.
I'm trying to rip some lips with the catfish, live my outdoors country life, and I can jokingly say that because I'm never not active. Like, I don't think people understand that I run a gutter company, alumni daily, but I race to work. I work 7 to 8 hours. I race from work to get to the gym. 9 times out of 10, I'm getting bitched at because I'm 5-10 minutes late. But I run in the door. I'm 100 miles an hour. I coach for an hour and a half. I spar, and then I go home. I don't get enough. I don't get enough rest. And then I get up and do the shit again. But I autopilot it, and it's even at my absolute worst shape, I'm in 10 times better shape than half the motherfuckers on this roster.
I actually believe that. I believe that because you're born and raised a wrestler, right? I mean, you got all the other tools, but you're born a wrestler, and wrestlers are just built different. I mean, look at the fucking reigning 145-pound champion, Kai Stewart. Like, Kai, everyone thinks that, like, he doesn't have all this. He doesn't have all this fighting skill. His boxing, like, people talk shit about his boxing, but it's getting better. But the one thing that he has that other people don't is that wrestling gas tank and that grit and that grind. And he just fucking grinds his opponents down. And you guys are all cut from that same cloth. So I know you're impressed by what you see out of him, right?
Kai's I think the world of Kai. Like, I haven't had a conversation with him. I haven't been able to talk with him face to face, man to man, but I know he knows who I am. I know he knows that I know who he is. But at the end of the day, bro, when you're born a wrestler, you were cut from a different cloth. You're bred different, and it's you could shame his boxing all you want to. You could shame anything all you want to. But at the end of the day, we will take you into some deep, dirty, murky waters. And if you're not ready, then we're gonna beat the fuck out of you.
It's pretty wild how it's obvious that now for everybody that wrestling is the dominant. I feel like wrestling is the dominant art between
Always.
all the arts.
Forever be.
It doesn't matter what, like, okay, so obviously you're not going to be wrestling in bare knuckle, but as Kyle just said, when you watch people use their wrestling base to really just smother people and that relentless forward action, people cannot keep up with it. And the ability, which is great in bare knuckle versus boxing, is with the grappling. You can hold people. I think
Grip
a lot of people
strength,
overlook that. They think that they're just going to get in there and it's kind of like boxing. I'll be able to deal with it. And it's like when you see people that are wrestlers go in there, whether it be MMA or bare knuckle, it's so tough for people to deal with that. Kyle says it all the time. There's just nothing like it. It's just
There really is, man. It's
crazy to me, really.
The thing about when you're fighting a wrestler is you have the option to knock them out, but you almost start doubting, and you should doubt the ability to finish us. Like we don't have a 3 knockdown rule. There's no it's BKFC will allow me to get up as many opportunities and times as I can get up. So therefore, you need to take that into complete clean effect that if I'm awake, I'm getting up. And I understand, going back to the Perez fight, but the world needs to understand that what I took into, I didn't want to be there. First and only time in my life I've ever not wanted to be in the combat arena was with Derek Perez. I did not want to be there at all. I didn't want to be in the camp. I didn't want to be in the ring. I didn't want to be in the stadium. I had too much going on. But that taught me a lesson that I wish to God I would have learned at a younger age, but I didn't. But I can pridefully say now I did learn that lesson. So it's no matter what happens with me and Michael, it's Papa G, I'm a grown ass man, dog. Like, you need to know that. It's gonna suck, bro. This is gonna suck, and I get it. We're in your hometown, and you're coming off of a tough loss with Keith, and Keith's a fucking dog too.
Keith is a beast.
Yeah, Keith's a fucking beast, bro. And then you took that loss with Beck, and it's like I can't escape, and I know I've said it a million times, but I can't not say it right now to you guys. God damn it, Alberto, I want you, dog. Like, Bloss, I need that. I need that. I need to know. I need to stand in front of what the world thinks is the world's best and let you. You're not. You're not. You can be on some nights, but so can I. Like, and I truthfully, for real believe that. And Ibarola, 7-0. I mean, he said he's the self-proclaimed 135-pound world champion. You're gonna have to fucking show me, dog. Like, I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean that as you can't doubt my belief in myself. And it's I'm not looking past Larimore. I'm not looking past anybody. But I'll say it again, and I'll say it to everybody. You guys. I sent a direct message to Alberto when I released my fight, and asked him if he would be in Clearwater. And
did he respond?
Yeah, he wrote me back. He said no.
Really?
He won't be. He will not be in Clearwater. But if he gets the call, he'll be there waiting for me. So I don't know if he needs to hear this, if it needs to be Shook or Feldman or who it needs to be, but like, I've always done my own homework. I've always done my own work. I push myself. I promote myself. I get my own billboards. I get my own sponsors. I've always done me. I've already talked to Alberto, and he's already told me he likes to fight. Don't bullshit me on the matchmaking side. Let me fight this man. You want me out the door? You're tired of hearing my fucking mouth? Let me fight him. If he's that bad of a man that he can put everybody to sleep in the first round, let me know. Show me. But yes, at the end of the day, Alberto, I want you. And it's not a disrespectful thing. It's just I need to know if I'm as bad of a motherfucker as I believe. And obviously the world thinks you're that guy.
I love that you're calling him out because, like, when was the last time he fought? It's been months. It's been a while, and we don't know what his status is. It's like you hear rumor.
Nobody would. No, I'll be honest with you. Outside of a somewhat crazy motherfucker like myself, why would you want to fight Alberto Boss? He has finished everyone in front of him.
Everyone.
Fucking round, bro. If I'm not mistaken, in the first minute or so.
He has.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see. It was 54 seconds, 47, 51, 1 minute, a minute 10 versus Richardson, and then 56 seconds. So
Yeah,
yes,
that's
pretty
crazy.
much. So the last time he fought was September 13th against Reber, and we haven't seen him.
You gotta show me, dog. Mish, I told you when we first, the first time that I talked to you, bro, on that interview, I said, you gotta show. I have to be shown. I'm a hard-headed fucking guy, dude. I really am. I'm a hard-headed human being, and I'm better.
That first interview that you did with me stuck with me because I was like, holy shit, this motherfucker doesn't give a fuck. Like, this guy wants the top of the top, and he wants it right away, and he's making it very clear. And I really wish that things were going better for you in your life and your mental state going into that Perez fight, because I believe if you were going 3-0 into Michael Larimore and you look impressive in victory against Michael Larimore, a 4-0, you would be in a conversation for maybe a Justin Ibarola or a Chris Garcia or someone like that. Or no, Chris Garcia, he just lost.
He lost against Armas, right?
He lost against Armas. All right, so
turn me down. I told them I would fight Garcia. I would fight his ass at this previous show they just had. The Garcia camp turned me down.
Yeah. So forget I said his name.
It would be more like a Bekzad.
Bekzad. So with that said, Ace, you win this one, you move to 3-1.
Or an Armas.
They're most likely not going to give you a title shot. Maybe they will if you make enough noise and you're doing a great job doing that. But would a Bekzad fight or Ibarola, would that make you happy?
It depends. It depends. Like, I hate playing the politics. I hate playing the paycheck. But at some point, they're going to have to recognize that I'm worth more value than they're already giving me. I'm tired. I'm tired of the lowball pay or you guys realize that I'm always going in to be the B-side fighter. I'm the B-side fighter this time. Like, it is what it is. Outside of Larimore, inside my hometown, I don't really feel like I've been favored at all. I made my debut at 145. I'm a 135 against a 6-foot tall guy. I turned around and fought the guy that lost the #1 contendership fight with Keith Richardson. And then finally, because I'm at home and I sold $12,000-$13,000 worth of tickets, then I get Livingston. And then I turn right around and I have to go to Clearwater because Guyman turned me down. And then who was the other cat? He fought on like BKFC 1. They asked me to go to Guyman's hometown, Philadelphia, and then they asked me to go to Clearwater to fight. Those are all.
Was Philadelphia to fight Travis?
That's exactly correct, sir. Yes.
Okay.
I never heard back about Guyman. I never heard back about Travis. I finally heard because I was the only one that would fight Larimore. So it's like, good shit, homie. Like, I got bigger fish than need be, but don't fuck with me. Like, I want my money. I want my title, and I don't want scrubs. I don't want any of that.
I love that.
Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from you.
He just quoted TLC.
I did do that just now. That's what I just did. Ooh, on the TLC tip. That's right.
Nice. That was nice. You're like Michael Keaton in The Other Guys. Remember when he kept quoting TLC?
Yes, that's right. Don't go chasing
waterfalls, guys. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Hey, listen, Ace, I'm glad we got to talk to you. You and Larimore fight is a fan-friendly, great fight for the BKFC fans. You are going into his territory again. Nothing new to you. But if you go out there and you get this win, I think a fight with you and Keith Richardson would be great. You and Bexar would be great.
Everybody brought to my attention. Everybody, they want to see me and Keith. And it's at the end of the day, for me, it's the pathway. If Nate and BKFC can't tell me when I beat Larimore, if you can't tell me my pathway, very set in stone, why the fuck am I here? Like at the end of the day, like I that's the truth. Like I need to know my pathway. I bring that up every time. My management team, my coaches, they want to know my pathway. So what good does it do me to go fight a killer like Keith after this?
Right.
I don't know the answer, but if you can tell me the answer to it, then we can argue it. But
you come out on the winning end in Clearwater, and Cyrus Fee sticks the microphone in your face. Are you calling out Alberto Blas right there in the middle?
Bro, he's already expecting it. I guarantee you, Alberto's tuning in just for me to be like, bro, I told you.
I love it.
It's mine. Give it to me.
I love it. I love it. Bring the whole crew too. Bring the whole crew down there. I love it. Bring the whole Wing House crew down there. Hey, Ace.
I tried to tell y'all we're from Mad Cow.
Let's go.
I love it. Welcome to Mad Cow. Hey, Mike and I will not be down there to see it live. Unfortunately, I have Army shit going on that weekend, and we just couldn't make the deal. But we will be watching from home. We will be rooting you guys on. We're going to give you a minute now. Send a message to anybody listening, anybody watching, anybody you want to talk to. Take a minute. The floor is yours.
Look, man, I usually shout out all my sponsors. This time I'm just going to make it very blunt and bold. Shout out to Wing House. Let me keep them up here late. They support us. They feed us. All my friends, my family, Dustin and Katie. But this message I'm going to make very blunt and bold. If anybody's watching this and you damn sure just really legit don't want to see tomorrow, you're good, bro. Brother, sis, well, whoever it is. Yeah. Anybody that doesn't want to see tomorrow, just hold on tight. You'll be all right. You'll get through it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You can't have a rainbow without rain, and you're never going to have a testimony without a test. So keep shit moving.
Keep it moving. That's a great message, Ace. Thank you so much for coming on. And you're welcome on the show anytime. Mike, do you got anything else for Ace Samples?
Yeah, Ace, hey, check this out. I've got something for you. Did you know that Ace Samples is fighting Larimore on May 2nd at BKFC Fight Night Clearwater? Because if you didn't, you better be there, or you better be tuning in. And the guys in the background, you better be there for sure, rooting on your boy, not in the Wing House. You can't be in the Wing House on May 2nd. You have to be in the house at Clearwater. So make sure you're tuned in. Thanks for coming on the show, my friend. We will see you soon. I know we will. Yeah. I know people don't like good luck, but you know what? That's what I say. Good luck, and I mean well by it. So, hey, good luck. I can't wait to see your fight. We'll be tuned in. Hey, what's the guy in the back saying?
He don't need luck. He's gonna
no luck. See, that's the thing. Everyone always says that, but I can't come up with anything better, so that's what I use. Anyways, guys, have a great night. Eat tons of wings. Don't eat too hot of wings because you're going to be paying for it tomorrow morning on the toilet. All right. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, buddy, you're welcome back anytime. When we come back,
thanks, guys.
We will be joined by Quentin Gaskins. Let's go.
Later, Ace.
See you, bro.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
there
what's
he is.
going
Hey,
on?
didn't see you there.
Feeling good. Just leaving the gym, just getting home.
Hey, Quentin, right before we even start, check out that shirt this guy's wearing right there. Shout out to the Extreme BKFC fan page. Russ is the fucking man. Big Russ, Big Country. Those guys are great people.
Shout out to my guy Russ, man. He's been helping out quite a bit. And we live, ironically, I didn't even know. I moved from Tampa to Poinciana, Kissimmee area, and he lives like 5 minutes from me. So we're neighbors now. So
no way. That's great, man. Russ is one of the most generous, like caring people I've ever met in my entire life. This dude, and for the people that don't know, I'm sure everyone is familiar with Russ by now in the BKFC community. But for those who don't know, this guy will show up with a cooler full of snacks, a cooler full of drinks for the fighters at the weigh-in. So once they get off the scale, they could stop by Russ, grab a drink, grab a snack. He's got an autograph table with a bunch of photos. He's making keychains. He's got a red carpet walk up. He's got a back. This dude's going all out for you guys, and it's really awesome. Russ is the man, and he made those shirts for you guys, so that's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, he deserves more. Dave and them need to get him on the payroll, man. Come on now.
Hey, when he came up to Connecticut, he gave me a couple of those shirts to give to my boys, right? My boys Jackson turned 14 yesterday, and we went out for his birthday tonight, but 14 and my younger son's 10. And he's like, yeah, give them to your boys. I'm like, dude, I'm going to give those to my boys, but they're not going to be able to wear that shit to school. I'm just like, like I gave them to both Nolan and Jackson. I was like, you guys, these shirts are from Russ at the Extreme BKFC fan page, but just, do me a favor. Don't wear them to school, because I feel like I'll get a phone call. You know what I mean? Wear them out with your friends, play basketball in the driveway with them shits on. But
for sure. And they're good workout shirts. Like I work out quite a bit in it, and it's dry fit, so it's a really good material shirt.
Listen, Quentin, when you're not training, you seem like you're doing a lot. You stay very busy, huh? You're at events doing interviews. You're hanging out with HD. You're training with HD. You're training all over the place, but you get yourself out there, and I'm impressed by your by the content that you're making and
the grind.
The grind. Your Instagram is great. Like
Patrick Bet David, he's got on there. Oh, Johnny Bones Jones, you've got.
I know it's insane, man. You got quite a work ethic, man, and I commend you for it.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. I kind of I'm a student of the game. I've been around for a long time as far as training, and my happiness used to be attached to winning and losing, and when I finally separated that happiness from pretty much an injury is what happened. I was in a car accident, and I got injured, but my happiness wasn't attached to it anymore, and just living in the moment and living in my gift as a coach, as media. It's funny because the media part, I just got involved into the media because of Ryan Reber, which is a good friend of mine. I went to, I think it was BKFC 25 in Orlando when Adams fought, the heavyweight fought. And
Adams fought Kleckler.
Yeah.
And it was Ryan's first
May 7th, 2022.
That was a while back.
BKFC
yeah.
25.
We were there. That was a good time.
The first time I was going to bring this up, Quentin. I was going to bring this up. It's the first time that we ever met you was at that event, and you brought it up first. So look at
yeah.
That
was and honestly, I didn't see myself really getting involved in BKFC. I wasn't a fan yet because I come from traditional boxing and MMA, and honestly, the talent level really wasn't even that great at that time yet, too. And it was kind of like, this is backyard. It still seemed backyardish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. There's some fights like that.
But, right, and at that event it was at the Caribe Royale, and like they weren't selling out arenas yet. You know what I mean? Like the Caribe Royale's beautiful and everything, but what they put 2,000 people in there. You know what I mean? At the most, maybe 1,500 people were in there.
It's almost like a ballroom for a wedding.
Ballroom, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was a great venue, but it was more or less like me doing the media was kind of like, because I had a music studio in Tampa, so we did photography, video, we did everything out there, and I was just getting back involved into fighting again from 2018. I haven't fought since 2018, 2019, so I took a few years off, and I'm like, you know what, let me do some media, and I'm grateful that I did, because like it's helped me as a fighter to promote myself as well, getting back into it. So I think more fighters should do it. I think coaching and the media is something that more fighters should do, just to just be involved in pushing their message a little bit more. So I'm grateful that I'm actually doing the media
and their brand. Like honestly, and I know a lot of fighters don't want to hear this and they don't want to do this, but you need to promote yourself. You know what I mean? You need to get out. I know that it's the promoter's job to promote the fighter. That is their job.
Right.
But in this day and age where there's all these social media accounts and there's TikTok and there's Instagram and there's X and all these different accounts, people need to have an somewhat active life in the social media world, because that's where people get to see them. And if you're not pushing yourself out there and like creating some sort of content somewhere, they cannot just rely on the promoter. It's just a sad fact. And even with the biggest promotions in the world, UFC, look at like even some of the biggest stars in the UFC don't get pushed. You know what I mean? They don't get pushed by the UFC. They got to do it themselves. So, I mean, I like what you're doing, and I think you could teach a lesson to a lot of fighters out there too. So keep doing what you're doing. I want to ask you about you said you were a student of the game. You were brought up boxing. I did see a video of you. I'm assuming it was your daughter. You were out on the beach showing your daughter. Was that your daughter?
My niece. I don't
I
have
mean, your niece. No kids? All right. So I love that video though. You're out there. It's like a busy beach, and you got the pool noodles, and you're teaching this little girl how to back up and move forward and block and all this. That is very cool, and you're obviously a cool uncle for that. So I wanted to give you props for that one too.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You know, coaching has helped my spirit in so many ways. I don't, me being a personal trainer, boxing coach now, and I mean, I was back in New York, but COVID kind of took me away from it, and coming back to it now, it just, I was, when I fought last year, I fought at 145, and I was like, barely training. I was training, but not as much as I have been now, and I didn't have my job yet, so. And I fought at 145. I won that fight. I'm fighting at 35 this time. And it's like, man, I got a gym. My job is the gym. So I got sauna, I got classes, I got my coaches coming up, working with me. I got training partners, plus I'm teaching, and I'm in the pocket. I'm constantly seeing punches thrown all day. And a lot of these people that I train, like, although they're learning from me, like they know that I fight. So they're willing to like, what can I do with you to help you get ready for your fight? So that's why I say more fighters should be, become trainers more, because it's just going to help you. Like some people be like, oh, it's going to take away, it adds to it if you can control your schedule and not like, you don't want to be burnt out and just be at the gym all day and then not get your own workout. And I understand that aspect, but it's helped me in so many ways, and my spirit is just in a different light because of it. So I think more fighters should do it for sure.
So you're originally from New York?
I am. I'm from upstate New York. It's gonna get a little dark because I gotta grab my charger real quick. But I'm from upstate New York, Elmira, like near Ithaca, Binghamton, Syracuse.
Okay.
And, so actually, John Jones, we trained at the same gym up there when I was younger. I was still an amateur. He was just becoming a pro. Aljamain Sterling also. He was training at our gym. Desmond Green, a lot of great UFC fighters was from that area, and Ryan Ciatoli, I don't know if you guys know him. He's a wrestling coach and one of the coaches. It was John Jones' coach originally when he got into the UFC. So I come from a great pool of MMA fighters and great training, and that was kind of like, that's what I'm saying. Like with the bare knuckle, I wasn't really a fan of it at first. Honestly, what made me more like think about doing it was doing the media, talking to people, realizing that it's actually safer than boxing and MMA neurologically to the brain. That was one big thing. And then seeing like Chad Mendez and, that card in Miami just kind of was like, yo, this could act. Once I seen true talented fighters and guys that have a name and guys who come from real, I'm like, this might be something. And I haven't looked back since, man.
Yeah, and shit. Now you got You mentioned Chad Mendez, but since Chad Mendez, he drew in Eddie Alvarez, and
Yep.
after Eddie, now Jeremy Stevens. There's so many big names coming over. It's such a legit sport. It really is a legit sport. And hold on one second. So Swervo Cuts is saying that he's in Watertown, New York, right now. He says I'm about an hour and a half from where you're from. Watertown is Watertown where
It's like by Syracuse. It's like
no. Fort
military.
Drum. Fort
Yeah.
Drum.
Yep.
Dude, I was in Fort Drum for about a month and a half pre-mob before I went on my first deployment. And I know why you have moved to Florida. Because that month and a half of my life, I was there for the last 2 weeks of January and all of February. And it snowed every single goddamn day. And it was like -20 to -30 every fucking day of my life. And we're training to go to the desert, by the way. That was the most miserable time of my life. And every day I was out there, I was like, I don't know how the motherfuckers live up here. I don't know how you live up here.
Yeah, it definitely turns you into a savage. I'm not gonna lie.
No wonder why you guys are all fighting up there, man.
For real, like we fighting for our lives. But you want to know, it's crazy because like people don't really realize like how depressing it is to be in the cold, in the dark for so long, like 8 months, 7 to 8 months out of the year. Like it does something to your spirit. Like if it wasn't for boxing and the gym and keeping me like in shape and motivated throughout the winter, I would have never made it back up there. And to come down here to Florida, like me being a trainer now in Florida is like a whole different world because it's sunny all the time and people are more motivated to keep their bodies together. And it's just so much more motivational to stay fit. So I don't know how I stayed in New York as long as I did, to be honest, but I did it. And now I'm down here in Florida, and a lot of people are happy for me, but some of them are upset they're not down here.
I have no idea either, as I sit here in Rhode Island saying every winter that I need to get the hell out of here because it's so cold. I hate it so much. The only thing I like is the day it snows. I don't like any day after the day it snows. I hate the snow after it snows.
Right,
but the first
right.
day that it snows, it's perfect. It's nice. It looks cool. It's nice and cool. You go sledding, you play outside with the kids, whatever. It's great. But every day after that sucks. All the wind, all the cold, man. We got to move to Florida. That's like the Mecca. First of all, it was basically the home of BKFC, let's see. I know that they're based out of like Philly area, but a lot of fights happen down there. You know what I mean? Like in the Hollywood and now Clearwater. They've been to Tampa a whole bunch of times, like Orlando, Lakeland, Orlando. It's like, why not move down there, right? I mean, we're crazy for not going there, right?
I honestly thought you guys did live down here.
Nope, I live in Rhode Island, the smallest state in the United States.
You know what's funny, Quentin, is you mentioned Ryan Reber. He grew up in New London, Connecticut, and he grew up about 20 minutes from where I live in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we were in Orlando for that event, we didn't know Ryan was on the card, and I didn't know Ryan at the time, but I knew people that he trained with. And I didn't even know that at that time. I just like the people that he trained with up in Connecticut, I know them. And I go down to Orlando and we're at the weigh-ins and they announce from Clearwater, Florida, by way of New London, Connecticut, Ryan Reber. I like look over at Mike was like standing over there. We're like 30 feet. I like look over at Mike and he looks over at me like I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So we went and talked to him afterwards. He's like, I started at Kent Ward's gym. Brendan Ward's dad, Kent, owns it. That's where my son boxes at.
Literally 5 minutes from where we work.
Right. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then we're like talking about he's like he's best friends with my buddy's little brother, and like I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So we stayed pretty tight with Ryan and actually became pretty decent friends with Ryan's mom and their family up here because every time Ryan comes up here for one of the Mohegan events, we always end up hanging out with them at we have after parties at the Mohegan Sun and shit. So
yeah, you got to get up here for an event.
we're from yeah,
June
you got to
14th.
get up here.
For sure, for sure. I would love for a New York. I mean, listen, like, you know, if there was a New York card, I would definitely be able to sell a lot of tickets. I mean, I've been down here in Florida for a while, so, you know, I got a pretty good fan base down here too. But Florida, I mean, New York would definitely be anywhere's up there. You know, Connecticut, New York, Atlantic City, it'll be a homecoming for me for sure if I came back out there. And Ryan's my spirit brother. For just so y'all know, like Ryan, we really are close. That's my boy, and I honestly wouldn't be in the BKFC if it wasn't for me and him connecting together and start back training and you know, him pulling me into this, because he's the one that spoke life into me. Like, bro, you would run through the division, just come over, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna try it out, man. I'm gonna try it out, and you know, I'm just grateful to have him as my spiritual brother. Never, no hate. We would never. Just so y'all know, we're in the same way. I would never fight Ryan. I don't care if he was if he had the title or anything. He could keep the title. I'll fight everybody else. That's my brother.
Awesome shit, man. Hey, we barely even talked about your fight, but listen, Logan Spire, I think is it Spire?
Yeah.
Is that his last name? Spire?
You know, and to say nothing bad about it, listen, I've watched a couple of his fights. The kid is tough. You know, I'm definitely ready to go to war if it's, you know, got to be a 5-round fight. My last fight, I finished the guy in the first round. You know, I'm just expecting for it to be a great fight and for me to showcase my talent and my skills on a whole nother level. Because honestly, you know, I know there's a lot of guys in the 35 division right now, but I honestly don't see a lot of these guys doing anything to me, you know, and that's coming from a humbled warrior spirit. These guys are tough. These guys are pretty good at everything, but when it comes to the hands, you know, it's a different level, you know, for me coming in there. So I'm excited to have a good opponent. I don't want to be one of these guys that just come in and beating up everybody and, you know, like, oh, you just give me a bunch of bullshit opponents. I really don't want that. I mean, obviously it's great to, you know, be 3-0, 4-0 and, you know, try to get more money and this and that. But I'm here to prove to everybody in the division and in the BKFC that I belong and I'm here to stay. So, you know, shout out to that for stepping up, because there was a lot of guys who wouldn't.
You know,
that's awesome. Hey, listen, that 135-pound division, we just got done talking to Ace Samples. It is a stacked division now. We don't know what's going on with the top of the division, but guys like yourself and Ace coming in there with the ones that they already have established in the division with Keith and Ryan and Ibarola, and the division's badass and Bexad. So we'll see what goes on after this fight with you. If you win, you move to 2-0, and I would hope to see you stick around in the BKFC and make a long run at this. You seem like you're a very dialed in human, and you seem to love the teaching aspect and the fighting aspect. So I hope we get a long career out of you in here.
Absolutely. And, you know, like I said, my happiness isn't attached to this. This is I'm just living in my gift, and I'm just even if it was on the, you know, the media side and the promotional side and the uplifting the fighters and promoting the fighters, I'm gonna be active regardless if I'm healthy enough to compete. So I'll be there with y'all ringside with my dog. I'll be there with my dog.
With the dog. Was your dog the one we were taking pictures of with the ring card girls and stuff?
Yeah.
That was your dog. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot all about the dog.
We have
a great.
Yeah, we were with at that.
That's
event
right.
in
He had the
Orlando.
Miami. Did he have like a Miami Dolphins jersey?
We were with OG Shawnee Mack, right?
Yeah.
Not OJ.
Yeah.
OG Shawnee Mack. It was us two and him, and then we were doing interviews, and you had come up with the dog and put the dog kind of on the stage.
That's right.
And you were just kind of sitting there listening to the interviews,
He was just
out.
walking between his legs while he was interviewing.
I actually looked down during one of the interviews. I actually panned down and then panned back up. because the dog
Yeah,
was walking
I
around.
actually remember. I don't remember who I was interviewing, but I do remember the dog walking right in between the
You
legs.
know, it was the wrestler from like
Jack Claffey.
Yes, Jack Claffey. That's
Yeah,
right.
God damn.
I remember.
That's good
Jack
shit. Good
Claffey.
shit, man.
Oh my God.
That is awesome. Well, Quentin, thank you so much for coming on, giving us some time tonight. We're not going to be there live in Clearwater, but we will be watching and rooting you guys on for sure. Do you have anything else you want to say before we let you go?
You know, to like say anything as far as what, like the fight?
And whatever you want to say, go ahead and say
whatever you want. Call out whomever, your shout out, your sponsors.
You know, I don't want to call nobody out. I just know that I'm gonna really be one of them guys that as long as I can stay healthy, I'm gonna be one of them guys that people aren't gonna want to fight, you know. So you know, much love to everybody who's, you know, tough enough to and brave enough to actually step in here and do this, because this is from the outside looking in, it's more brutal than people think. It's more brutal. It's not. It really isn't. Honestly, I think boxing and MMA is more brutal. But I do know that with the bare knuckles and the cuts and the hand injuries, it's brutal in that aspect. So I just want to just hope everybody, you know, good safety, nobody gets hurt, and you know, just be expecting to see me. That's it.
There you go. I love that. Hey, and before I give it to Mike to let you get out of here, Big Ben Vanaski, you might know him as Big Ben. He builds the rings and stuff at the events, but he says he met the dog at the Mr. Olympia in Orlando. He met your dog at Mr. Olympia.
That's when I had the Quail Man costume. Do you guys
Quail Man from Doug?
From Doug. I dressed as Doug for Halloween. Well, I dressed as Quail Man as Doug for Halloween, and then LA
with the underwear over your shorts.
I dressed my dog up as Pork Chop.
Nice.
So
awesome.
only the real ones know about Doug, though.
Yeah. What about who's your Patty Mayonnaise? Huh? Did you have a Patty Mayonnaise?
She was there with me, but she didn't dress up. But she was my Patty Mayonnaise was there.
I know all about Doug.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. See,
hey,
I forgot
can.
about that part. All the
streaming. What is it? Banging on a trash can, strumming in the street light.
Trash can.
Strumming in the street light.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know anything about what you.
I might have to come out to that now.
Yes, that would be awesome. Oh my God. Oh my God, that'd be great.
For sure. But man, I appreciate you guys. I love what you guys are doing for the fighters, and you know, hopefully, you know, we'll be able to, you know, do some more stuff in the future together as far as media goes, and as long as I can stay healthy and, you know, continue to do this, I would love to work with you guys out inside and outside. So definitely keep in touch, and I appreciate you guys reaching out.
Absolutely, man. Thanks a lot for coming on. Mike, you got anything else for him?
Yeah, I know. I would love to work with you. We'll see you soon enough. We get to not Orlando, but we get to Florida a lot, but Hollywood in general. So hopefully we get there this summer, July 12th, right? We have a card coming up. Look at this thing.
It'll be nice if I could get on
Hollywood, Florida.
If I could, you know, get through this fight and not be too banged up, and I can fight on that card, I would love to fight on that card. You know, I called El Gallo out at 140. I'll go back to 145 to fight. But I don't even want to like name drop. I'm not one of them, but he commented on my Bare Knuckle TV interview. He's the one that said something about me, you know, in that, and I'm like, who is this guy? And then, you know, the more and more that I started to realize, I see he does it to everybody. He does that to everybody. So I like what he does. You know, he's putting himself out there. You know, he's the bad guy. So I respect it, but I'll fight him at 145. I'll go back. I'm walking around like 145, so I won't even cut weight for that one. But if anything, I'm gonna stick around at 135 and give me the tough guys there. So El Gallo, if you ever see this, I know you know who I am. Don't act like you don't. So shout out to you and everything that you're doing, but you don't want this work, buddy.
Okay, so there we have it. Everybody, make sure you are tuned in. Oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one.
It's okay.
Gaskins versus
Yeah.
Spearer.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't know. He's gonna have
your
to correct.
guess is as good as mine. I'm not even trying to do that on purpose.
Are you guys interviewing him?
No, we are not.
Okay.
Well, we might. If he wants to come on, by all means, he is welcome to come on. We don't have him scheduled right now, but if he's watching, call us up, text us, whatever you need to do. We'll have you on anytime. We have everybody on. That's how we are. But make sure you guys are tuned in on May 2nd, BKFC Fight Night, Clearwater. I cannot wait. I wish we were going to this damn event, Clearwater. It's a sneaky good card. It's one of those, a lot of cards. That Omaha card that just happened, that was a good card. People, if people, the diehard fans know what the good cards are. Sometimes the big cards come out. You see some good names at the top, and I'm not trying to like stomp on the card, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's like top to bottom. Fucking fights are great.
Them sneaky ones be the ones though, man. It's like,
oh yeah.
And sometimes the big cards be a little bit too not enough, and it's like, okay, so now this is definitely going to be one of them. So,
yes, sir.
Good, man. I'm looking forward.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. You're welcome back anytime. And hey, maybe we'll have your opponent on if he sees this. He can hit us up, and we'll get you back on. We're going to work with you. We'll see you in Hollywood for sure. We're going to talk this into existence. July 12th, we'll be there, and we'll see you there. How about that? Yes. Everybody else, make sure that you're tuned in, like I said. And hey, man, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you soon.
I appreciate you guys.
Everybody else, stay tuned, because you know who's next. The Rugged Beauty, Crystal Pittman. The Wolfpack is back. Let's go.
What's up, Crystal? Love you, Crystal.
Listen to that laugh.
Listen, we've been friends since before I started wearing glasses. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
We've been friends since I've had to grow that side cut out, and that took years.
Did you blind Kyle?
Yeah.
Did you blind Kyle?
Yeah.
Was this your fault?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That picture at the very end, there was a picture of three of us. That picture is from BKFC 17 in Birmingham, Alabama at probably 3 a.m.
Oh my
at
God.
At the bar with the Richmond brothers. Do you remember that?
Oh my God.
That night was to be alive.
That night, well, I don't think any of us slept, honestly.
We drove a minivan that night.
Right.
Or should I say morning?
You were pissed. It was so
I
funny.
almost drove that sucker right
in the van.
Get in the
I'm going to
van.
drive this thing into a fucking stone wall.
Into a pole. Yeah, because there was a pole. I'm going to drive this fucking thing into the pole. Get in the van.
Then we all get in the van, and one individual was not in the van, and nobody would get out of the van and go get him out of the bar. And you're like, Kyle, go get him. And I'm like, I'm not going to fucking get him. They're like, you go get him. And I had to go get him. You know what I mean? I come out and I'm like thinking I'm going to have to fight Crystal's ex-boyfriend. I'm like, oh.
We should have just skirt out.
Right.
No, we already.
You come walking out, and I'm like, are we gonna fight now? I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe not. I would rather we don't. But anyways, Crystal, welcome back to the show. It's been a minute. You've been on the show a million times, but you've been out of action for a while, right? You were supposed to fight the girl you're about to fight. You were supposed to fight at Knucklemania 4, right? Wasn't that your original opponent at Knucklemania? Is it 4? Or what Knucklemania are we on right now?
I think that was no.
We're on 5. Just went by, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was
Knucklemania 4.
Knucklemania 4 out in LA. You were supposed to fight Claudia Zamora.
Yeah.
That fell fell through it, and I don't remember what the reasoning was for that back then. You end up fighting Sidney Smith, but like you kind of been out of action since then, right? Have you fought since Knucklemania 4? I can't even
Yeah,
remember.
no, not for BKFC. Yeah, we've been
you
pretty
fought
much.
for Misfits.
Yeah, we fought for Missing. We went to Newcastle, and we went to Newcastle. But yeah, for BKFC, it's been like exactly a year. This Sunday will be exactly a year since Knucklemania.
And so much shit has happened in between for you. Like you guys had the hurricane, disaster shit, fucking you had to rebuild and all this stuff. Like to do all that and also try to maintain a fight career must have been challenging for sure.
Yeah, it really, really was. I mean, it was definitely just a huge, I mean, a huge change, a huge change in life. And I think now it's like getting back to normal, but it wasn't for like a really long time after, after the hurricane. It was crazy. It's crazy how it just flips your life upside down.
Yeah. Would you say like life is almost back to normal now or what? Or has it
Mhm.
been for a minute or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been pretty wild since the new year, since the hurricane, since the new year, it's been pretty wild. So, but life is like, you know, life is good. I'm alive and I'm healthy, and
And your
so
gym is still flourishing.
yeah, I
You just
mean,
sent Jessica Borgo over there to Dubai, and she fucking did her thing and brought another belt back to the world of shift combat.
I
Right?
know, so badass. I'm so excited for her. I was like, little tear, little tear.
Yo,
So
did you
excited for
guys?
her.
Did you guys have like a get together, or were you watching it with some people? And did you guys lose your fucking minds when she starched that? When like Hannah Rankin is a high level boxer, like a pretty badass chick, and
Mhm.
not only for Jessica to win, but to win in the way that she did, like however many 40 seconds into the first round, just absolutely shut the lights off on her. Nobody's ever seen anybody do that to a female in the BKFC. You
Mm-mm.
guys must have lost your fucking minds.
Yeah, we were going pretty well. I mean, our whole team was pretty much, over there. So it was just me and Sugar watching the fights. But yeah, we were losing our mind. It was so good. I got really sad about Brandon, and then I mean, I was really excited about Jessica. So I just love our team, I'm so proud of them. It was fucking awesome. But yeah, I was losing my mind. I was excited for her for sure.
Crystal,
Crazy.
do you know what happened to me during that fight? So, being the good husband and family man that I am, I was like, well, I've got to do some errands and I'm going to go to the supermarket. And when I go, that's kind of like, people might think, and I'm not going to say this too loud because I don't want my wife to hear this, but when I leave the house to go shopping, I put my ear pods in and then I just take my time and it's very peaceful. I just walk around and I listen and watch things on YouTube, and I might just pull over in a lane and just stand there for 20 minutes, just watch it. It's what I do. I take my time. I might go to Best Buy. I might go to Barnes and Noble. Who knows? But I do get the shopping done. So I'm in shopping mode. I'm shopping. But of course, Dubai's on at like a really weird time, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
in the afternoon. So I cannot get I'm shopping for 17 items for 2 hours, right? I'm in there forever. I was in there for like the whole main card, just for like the smallest list of shit. I'm in this aisle and that fight comes on. And so I am in like the baking aisle and I pull to the side and I'm just watching the fucking fight. And then all of a sudden, Borga just fucking knocks her out. And this is live, right? So I'm watching it and I am focused on what's going on. I'm not paying attention to thinking that I am in a supermarket with human beings, mostly old women. And I screamed so loud. I didn't scream, I yelled. I was like, I went, oh, like I would if I was watching UFC with the boys on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? Drinking.
Yeah.
I so loud. I am sure that every aisle heard me yell. And there was 3 women right near me. And when I yelled, then I instantly like was back in reality and I see these women and they were like, clutching their pearls, And I went, oh, I like put my hands out. I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I said, I'm watching boxing. And
Oh my
I know
God.
the people who are fighting, And the lady was like,
Hey, Mike.
oh my God, I thought you hurt yourself. And I was like, no, I didn't get hurt, but somebody got hurt just now.
Listen, my wife is tuned in right now. Did you see this comment, Mike?
Yes, I
Do you
did
think
see it.
we don't do the same thing? I didn't know they do the same thing. You just got her to dime out
Outed.
our wives.
Outed.
Yep, you
Reverse
cats
psychology.
out of the bag,
that whole
Amy
story
and
was
Steph.
Get you to say that.
What, stay at the store for a long time? I totally.
Yeah.
Jared would be like, he's like, you went to the store for a pack of pretzels. I don't know, something. It's been 2 hours.
Where the fuck are you? That shit's
Yeah.
funny as hell.
It's
Oh
so
man.
Yep, scared the fuck out of old women, and then
I
a
was
couple of them just wouldn't even look at me after that. I saw them in a few aisles, and I
That's
feel
so
like they were
funny,
damn
man.
scared.
What were you at? What were you at Target? That's like your go-to.
No, I
spot,
wasn't
right?
at Target. I was at Market. I was at Market Basket.
Market basket.
Market Basket. That's what that's
Market.
the place over here. Market Basket.
Fucking Market Basket.
funny.
So Crystal, the girl you're fighting, finally, Claudia, she just fought for dirty boxing, right?
Yeah,
Didn't
she did.
What was going through your mind? Now, you haven't fought in a year. You were supposed to fight this girl a year ago, and it fell through. You finally get it rebooked. It's for basically your hometown. Right? You guys are in Are you in Clearwater or you're in Tampa?
Tampa.
You're in Tampa, but it's fucking right up the road.
Yeah.
So you finally get it rebooked. You've been out of action for a year. You're training and getting ready to fight this girl again, and then all of a sudden she ends up on a fucking dirty boxing card. What's going through your mind at that point? Like I would imagine, like if I was you, I'd be like, what the hell? You got to be fucking kidding me. What if this girl gets like a massive cut over her eye, or she gets knocked out? There goes my fight.
I know. It was like it was like a little teapot, It was like it's all like the fucking steam. Fucking steam come out of my ears. Nah, I was confused. Then I got a little more confused on like why she would make that decision.
Because what was between the dirty boxing event and your event? What was it, like 4 weeks?
Yeah, 4 weeks.
Dude,
Yeah.
what if she, like I would be like in fear of like a medical suspension, even if she got a win and she got like a fucking 60-day suspension or something like that. Like so many things could have gone wrong and you could have been still on the shelf. You had to be thanking God that she didn't come out on the losing end over there,
I know. It was scary at first too because she had gotten a hematoma, on her forehead. And they rubbed it out, I guess. Rubbed it out. They rubbed it out on the
live on the Dirty Boxing promotion. They did that.
Yeah.
Sicko.
Sorry. And then, but she, that was gone, and then I got tagged in a whole bunch of stuff, being like, she's not going to fight. She's on a suspension, but she didn't have any cuts or anything. So it was, just like maybe a 7-day or whatever, but just because, they require the rest after the fight. So, but yeah, no, I was like, oh my God, if something happens and like she can't fight again, fight's gonna fucking happen. All right.
I'm fighting someone.
It would be unbelievable if she was to ruin this fight.
I know. I'll drive down to Florida. I'll drive down to Miami.
I'm telling you, I was feeling it for you. Like when I saw that they added her to that dirty boxing card, when your fight was already announced for May 2nd, I was like, what the fuck is actually going on here? Like, what is fucking going on? This is going to ruin the May event for her, and she's not going to be on the card again. Like, Crystal's going to go over a year without fighting for the company. And now you are, and all that shit's passed, and you are going to fight her. When I was introducing our guest tonight, I said, I said Crystal Pittman, who is like a staple in the women's divisions. And I said, I don't really know what her fucking division is, to be honest with you, because if she's a 135er, I think it's her and the girl that she's fighting and only them at 135. Are you two the 135 division right now? Are there more girls getting brought in for you to fight? Because if she was to fall out of this card, I don't even know who they would have had you fight. You know what I mean? It's they're building the 125 division up big. They're building the 115 up, and now they have a 145-pound title. So girls are going to start coming now that there's a belt involved. What are they doing with your division?
I haven't really heard much. I mean, there was the German gypsy girl. I always forget her name. She's been calling.
Katarina Liner.
Yeah, and I don't know if she's in BKFC anymore. Then there was
She hasn't fought since the Clearwater, that card, the other Clearwater card.
There was that girl, Courtney Cameron, but she left and she went to BKB.
BYB.
She went to BYB, right, now it's BKB. Right. She's gone. I don't know of any other girls unless Christine Faria came up to 135 and fought you. Like if they did that.
And then there was Tony Tallman that I fought 135. All the girls that I fought were 135, but I just haven't seen them fight. Anyone else. I mean, Jade is 125. Yeah. And we had offered that rematch before at like a but she didn't want to come up. Vicens didn't want to come up. So none of the 125 girls want to come up. So I mean, I know Faria's been calling me out at 135, huh?
Faria was calling you out, but
yes, I remember that. That was at Knucklemania 4.
At Knucklemania 4, Jihad and her were having a conversation about that.
Mm-hmm.
But at that event, Jihad was telling Christine to fight you. And she was, I think she was like brushing that off back then, 1 year ago at Knucklemania 4. But now she's calling you out. So do you think that is a fight that could get made?
I'm sure it will. I mean, she's been wanting to, she doesn't want to fight Borgia, at 145. And, Borgia can't make 35. And she's the 145 champ. There's no reason for Borgia to come to 135. And then
Jessica's a big girl. Like I don't think people realize how big Jessica Borgia is. Like,
she's like 1% body fat. I mean, she's like
tall
muscle. Yeah,
muscle, dude. She's a big girl. She's like very much like a cyborg. Like Chris Cyborg. And I don't think Jessica blows up to 175 in between fights like Cyborg does. But
Cyborg, no, she's super lean.
Right. Cyborg is just a big, muscly girl, and so is Jessica Borgia. I think her and Cyborg would be a fucking dope fight.
I know, that really would. If Cyborg came over, I mean, I think that would be the fight to make for sure. I would love to watch that fight. I would love to see Jesse beat the shit out of Cyborg.
Maybe now that there's a belt involved, you know how Cyborg likes to go around collecting belts from all over the world. She's like the only girl that has like every single major promotion belt on her shelf at home. Well, there's a new promotion out there. The BKFC's one of the top promotions in the world now. Maybe now that there's gold around Jessica's waist, it could draw someone like that over. I don't know what her contract's like with PFL now, because she was Bellator.
Yeah.
And then PFL bought Bellator and then dissolved Bellator. So I don't even know, like, if they dissolved Bellator, do all their contracts go away as well? I have no idea how that works. So
I know. I would, I mean, if they no longer exist, I would think so. Or maybe there's somewhere else they would, like, I don't know, set them to go possibly get signed, but I don't know. But I mean, I was like, I could cut off my legs and cut off my boobs and go into the 115.
Yeah, right.
Well, definitely don't cut off your legs.
You need those.
Yeah, you need those to walk.
Put me in the special boxing Olympics, okay?
Tell us about Misfits. Tell us about that whole ordeal. Like, what was it like? Because they put on quite a freaking, extravaganza, that fucking Misfits boxing.
Yeah.
And your fight in Misfits kind of like came out of nowhere too for us BKFC fans. We were all like, wait a second, what? Jessica's, Jenny Savage is fighting on the card, and so is Crystal
I
Pittman.
remember
and
doing
so
the
is
post
Carla
when you made
Jade.
the post when we were in Florida when we made the post about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
And you were over in the UK.
The UK. Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun experience. I mean, it's beautiful. I just loved being out there. We had a great time. And yeah, I mean, it's really hard because it happened right before the hurricane, and that whole time is kind of like a blur to me, honestly. But I mean, it was fun. We went all 5 rounds. My knee popped, but that's not an excuse. It hurt, but it's she's definitely the better fighter that night. So I have no excuses for that fight. But it just
You've
was
always
shitty.
been dealing with a knee, though, right? That's kind of like been your thing throughout your whole career.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Mm-hmm.
nothing new.
Yeah, no, that one was like a torn what happened with my meniscus. But I've been seeing my my knee doctor, and he has me, we've been doing like a whole bunch of work on it, and my knee has been like stronger than ever. So it's been really
Nice.
good. Yeah. He has me on awesome stuff. He does all the work for like the Bucks out here, the football players. So I see him very regularly. And I mean, my knee I haven't been wearing my braces or anything. It's really been really nice. I wear my braces sometimes. But I mean, it's my knee has, yeah, like I said, it's never felt
Strong
stronger.
like bull. You know,
Yeah.
when we were over in Marbella, Spain, right? That was right around when the hurricanes were happening. And Mike and I go to the fucking press conference, and we love Dave Mundell, but I tried to serve him up a fucking an opportunity to look like a hero on the internet, on fucking social media. He could be the guy. He could be the guy. I'm like, and I talked to him afterwards. I'm like, Dave, I threw you a goddamn softball. I'm like, hey. And I don't even remember exactly how I worded it. I said, does this fight mean a little bit more to you, knowing that back home, the people around you are dealing with what's going on at home with the hurricanes, and you're out here defending your title? Do you feel like you have a little more of a chip on your shoulder to win it for those people back home and get back home as fast as you possibly can, as champion, whatever I said? He goes, no, I don't, nothing. He said, no, this fight is just like any other fight to me. Every fight's the same to me. I just approach every fight the same way. And I'm like,
great. We're like, great.
I'm like,
great.
Dave, Dave, you fucking stunad. I'm like, you could have been like,
what are you doing?
Dude, you fucking stunad. He could have been like, yes, as a matter of fact, stunad of the week. He said, he could have said, I'm putting the city. I'm putting the city of Tampa on my back, and we're going to war out here in Marbella, and I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out, and I'm gonna take this belt home to everybody I love back home in Tampa, and we're gonna fight this thing together. He could have done some shit like that, but Mr. Redneck with his cowboy hat on, we love you, Dave. You and I guess. No, doesn't mean anything. Nope.
Too nice.
Wow.
Nope. Just another fight for me. Fight for me. No. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just go fuck myself. I'll go back to the back of the line of the media people here and try to think of a better question. Sorry, I suck.
Yeah. Go back to America, you idiot.
Should have quit that.
Kyle, go back to America.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take my ball and go home. Idiot.
We tried so hard.
Unbelievable.
That's funny.
Yep. Well, hey, you know what, Crystal, you're fighting Claudia Zamora. Mike and I will not be there live, but we're going to be watching it. But we love having you on the show. And one thing that we have not done in a long time on this show, we have not done a speed round with anybody in a long time. and
We
you're
don't do
always
them often.
fun. We have not done them in a while. And I
Yes,
came up,
don't blow it, okay?
dude,
Basically,
do
is what
not
we're
blow
saying.
this because I came up with 10 doozies for you, okay? Do not
Oh
let
no,
the
I might blow it. I'm not good on the spot.
no. Ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing back the
Don't.
speed round, and we're going to do this with Crystal Pittman. Speed round time with Crystal Pittman. Number one question for you, Crystal.
Yes.
How do blind people know when they're done wiping?
Maybe they sniff their fingers.
How do you think they do it? Like,
Like
they
this
wipe,
Beavis and
they
Butthead.
no. But wouldn't
So that means they have to put their hand. They actually have to touch their
have to
butthole with
touch
their
their
fingers
butthole.
and then smell their fingers. I think it would still smell like poop, even if they were done wiping. It would still have
Right,
like
so
a faint smell.
it's a tricky one, Crystal. I don't think.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe they have
Do they need a
like
spotter?
Somebody there,
yeah, like have a spotter.
a coach that taps them. You're done.
Be like,
You're
hey,
done.
I gotta poop. Bring me to the bathroom.
It is tough too because even being able to see, I can't sometimes understand. You know, another one. Oh my god, am I ever getting out of here?
It's like wiping a marker.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Unbelievable.
That is a question. I guess that's a question.
Everybody was asking about that, so we had to put it in.
Listen, I guess that's a question.
I'm crying.
I guess that's a question that people with sight will never know the answer to.
Well,
So
we
we'll
could
just
ask
move on to
people.
number 2. Mike, go ahead.
Would you rather die sometime in the next year or live forever at 70? This is easy for me. Kill me
Yeah.
now.
Really?
I'd live forever at 70 years
Yeah,
old.
that's what I would do. I know. I feel like it was an easy one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, some people don't want to live forever. So here's the thing. The people I asked this question to, they're like, live
See everybody
forever. And
die
then
if
I
you
got to
live
watch
forever.
all the people that I get close to die around me. And my answer is you're going to
Okay,
meet
you'll get
more
over it.
people.
You'll meet more.
Right?
You're gonna
You're still
listen.
going to remember. You'll have memories of them, right? It's not like you're going to
It
forget
just
them.
gives me new partners for bingo night, really.
Right. Right.
Bingo night. All right. Well, hey, Crystal, do you remember Pee Wee Herman? Do you remember?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember Pee Wee's Playhouse? Okay.
Kind of.
How many characters can you name from Pee Wee's Playhouse?
Oh God. None.
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 Oh my God.
Come on.
I
Dude.
mean, I'm what?
Cowboy
never watched
Curtis, King of Cartoons, Cherry, Flory, Terry, Randy,
Oh my God.
Randy, the redheaded
Randy.
guy.
Magic Screen. You don't know these?
What
I
about
just-
Conky? You know Conky?
Conky,
Jambi?
Jambi, Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho, Mecca Lecca
How about
High,
this,
Mecca
Kyle?
Shiny Ho.
How about Clocky? He was in the shape of
Clocky?
the United States of America. What about Terry, the pterodactyl,
Oh,
or the
God.
flowers that sing outside? You don't know any of this?
I probably, blocked a lot of stuff out when I was younger. I really don't remember. If I seen it, I'm like, oh yeah, but the names, no. I have the worst time remembering honestly anything, but I can remember the weirdest story maybe you told me like 5 years ago. I'll be like, remember that one time? Remember when you said that one time?
What did I say?
What did I say? I don't
I
know.
can just imagine the shit that I've said to you at some of these events at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. What besides saying I was gonna crash you into a friggin' pole and kill us all at fucking 3 a.m., 6 a.m. What else have I said?
What else have I said?
All right, speed round number 4, Mike.
Hello, number 4. Do you think we'll ever have a little person as a president of the United States?
Oh, God. Are you guys setting me up for failure right now?
No,
I'm gonna get a
no.
lot
think
of
of I can think
messages
of
being
somebody.
like, how dare you be against little people?
This
You
is
wanna
a
be
real
against-
question. Listen, we had
This is a
we
serious
had our
question 'cause I
we
have
had
somebody
we
who I
had
think could do it.
Obama. We're probably we had our black president. We're probably going to have a woman president, but nobody ever talks about a little person president.
Right?
Now, just imagine Peter Dinklage as the president of the United States of America.
I can actually see it. I feel like he could do that, honestly.
You know, you think it's possible?
Mm-hmm.
She says, mm-hmm.
Yes,
I
maybe.
think so. Peter
I
Dinklage would
mean,
be
so
my
many
choice
things
for
are
sure.
accepted these days, you know?
Yeah, I don't think so. All right.
Thought that was legit.
All right. Number 5. Do you think it bothers women that are named Karen that Karens are called Karens?
Probably.
I think so too.
I know.
If I was Karen,
Honestly, if my name was Karen, I'd be pissed.
do you know what they? So I've heard people call men who do Karen things Darrens.
Oh, really?
Darren's.
Darrens,
Darrens.
yes, Darrens. If you're a male Karen, you're a Darren.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never heard that before.
Mhm.
I
Where do
never
you
heard
think
that
the
either.
origin? Where do you think the origin of being a Karen came from?
From one of like
Goodfellas?
probably the first viral
Video?
videos where
Mhm.
somebody did something or her name was Karen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
That's
maybe it
probably
was.
what it was.
Do you remember Goodfellas, where his wife's name was Karen and she was a complete fucking nutcase, and he kept going, Karen, Karen, are you nuts? Remember
Are
that?
you nuts? I remember
He
that.
kept saying, yeah. Anyways, number 6.
Maybe it was from that.
Hey, can John Cena see his reflection in the mirror?
Stupid. But honestly, I just want them to come out with another season with John Cena from
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
They need to do that shit, and I
They
think
need
I think
to.
it's coming out in like August. I think they announced it. It's back.
Oh,
August.
thank God, because that's one of my
Anybody who
favorite
hasn't seen it,
shows.
dude. Anybody who hasn't seen the Peacemaker, go on go on Max tonight when you get off the show. Go to Max
Yes.
and binge watch Peacemaker because it is hysterical.
It's hysterical. I mean, I
one of the funniest
literally
shows on TV for sure.
I know. I literally debated walking out to do you really want to do
yeah,
doing the dance and everything?
Oh my God. That is one of the greatest TV theme songs ever, too. The scene in the first season, I don't know what episode it was, when what's his buddy's name that wears the mat, like that wears the black suit and the mask, when he's crying on the bed. There's a scene where John Cena is crying on the bed and his buddy comes to the window and he's like, "Are you okay, buddy?" And Cena's like, "The fuck are you doing? Are you jerking off?" And he's like, "Why would I be jerking off?" Like, he's staring in the window at me, whacking off. He's like, "Just look at me, man." He goes, "No, I'm not going to look over there." And the next thing you know, you got your dick in your hand. I'm not going to fucking do it. He's like, "Bro, I promise you, I don't have my dick out. Just look over here, man." That whole scene is so goddamn funny. It's brilliant comedy.
It is so good. It's so good. I can't
Hey,
wait.
guys.
August? That's going to be amazing.
So I've been looking into the Karen origins while we were
Oh.
talking here in the last few minutes, right? And it's
Wow.
very hard, it says, to actually pinpoint when it happened, but there was a couple of things that they're pointing to. One of them is the quote, "Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask somebody why they're white." It's a popular meme from the teen movie Mean Girls.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
And then also they're saying that
That makes sense.
it could also be from it could be traced back to a popular joke in 2005 from Dane Cook in a stand-up routine called "The Friend That Nobody Likes." So
her name is Karen.
Yes, and this is
I
on
love
Know
Dane
Your
Cook.
Meme. So one of the first viral memes to bestow the name Karen onto an annoying woman was a Nintendo Switch Karen. So there's a few things that people have put together to think that like this is created this, it's like a snowball effect of Karen jokes that led to this.
Oh,
Okay. Well, we learned something tonight.
Right? Thanks
All
for
right.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
this next
You're welcome.
question is a good one. You have many social media accounts, and you also have an OnlyFans page. So, what is the wildest request you've ever received in a private message on OnlyFans? Come on, there's got to be some crazy shit in there.
Probably.
There's kids watching this.
No, there's not. Big Ben does not count.
You know what? I don't really get weird, crazy requests, but there was one person that wanted like a D rating. I'm just gonna say D rating, and they want to like you to talk to them like shit.
You want them
that's
to like
fun.
shit on it?
You're good. I'm
No,
having
like,
talk to them like shit. Like treat them.
Yeah, I know.
horribly.
That's I mean when I say shit on them,
Oh.
like I don't mean like
Yeah,
shit,
gotcha.
like talk
Well,
shit, like
that
put
could
them
be an
down.
actual thing. That's why, you know.
Yeah,
So
like
you just wanted you to talk shit about it?
they just want you to like call it small. Like
Weird. That is kind of weird.
He's like,
I asked this question because I asked this question because I was watching this video. There was this video where the guy goes up to people on Instagram and he's like, "Hey, that's a nice car. What do you do for a living?" Do you ever see that video?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
he has a whole account where he walks up to people and he's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
that's a sick car. What do you do for a living?" And he walked up to a girl in a McLaren.
Where it
and he
used to
was
be
like,
real
"Hey."
and now it's all fake.
Yeah. Well, is it? Yeah.
I feel like it definitely is now.
But he says this is a while ago. He says to the girl, he's like, "Hey, that's a sick car." He's like, "What do you do for a living?" And she's like, "I'd rather not say." And he's like, "Why not?" And she goes, "All right, I'm an OnlyFans model." And he's like, "You got a car like this just putting pictures on the internet?" She's like, "No,
surprised.
I sell bath water and toenail clippings."
Oh my God.
That's what he was like. "You do what?" You sell
Amaranth or whatever her name is.
Bath water and fucking toenail clippings. This girl.
Does she have like a huge following? I feel like how could you make money like that unless you have like a huge following?
Yeah. Some people make so much money. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy to me though.
Oh, somebody did ask, they wanted me to they're like, I wanted a video of you swimming to like the deepest pool you can find and picking up change.
At the bottom of the pool?
Yeah.
What?
Playing like that old game that you played when you were a kid. You like throw it in and dive in and get them and bring them back up. Like, can you find who could find it first? And he's like, I love that game so much. I always wanted to play that game with a girl.
And you were like, yes, send me over $2,000 and I will go pick up $1.50 worth of change off the bottom of a swimming pool.
These fucking things that drive people are so wild.
What the fuck? People were very weird for sure.
It's like find a 20-foot pole. I mean, a 20-foot pool.
The deepest. He wants you to like nearly drown getting this coin. Just the thought of you almost drowning it.
Where are you gonna go to find a pool that's deeper than like 10 feet?
I know.
I know, right?
When you gotta go to SeaWorld and ask them if you can take a dive down in the fucking orca tank. You're like, yeah, can I get down and I just need to do this for a quick video. And I gotta throw this handful of change in that pool and I gotta swim down there and get it. The fuck? That guy's an idiot. You should have took all of his money for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Number 8. How many daily alcoholic drinks do you believe is too many? Daily.
Daily.
How many daily is too many?
I mean, it's hard because I think I can say a number like that's too many, but then I get to that number and I'm already drunk. I'm like, that's a stupid number. I'm gonna drink
daily
every day.
Every day. I mean,
is the answer 1 or 2? Like the real answer is like 1 or 2. Anything more than that, you're a functioning alcoholic, probably.
I would say so. If you're drinking like a 6-pack a night or more, that's probably like a functioning alcoholic.
Dude, listen to this shit. I had a guy in my unit back in the day. He had a very bad drinking problem, right? But he ended up actually going to rehab and like getting himself fixed. He's no longer with us. He ended up dying from cancer. So shout out to Larry in heaven. Here, listen to what Larry used to do. He used to drive an hour and 20 minutes to work every day, and so an hour and 20 minutes home from work, right? He would get out of work every single day. He would stop at the package store on the corner, right around the corner from the place that he worked. He would buy a 30-pack. He would drink 12 of them on the hour and 20-minute drive home and then drink the other 18 before he passed out. And he did that every fucking day for years. I was like, you drank 30 beers a day. 30 beers a day.
Holy
for
fuck.
like
Did you ever stop pissing?
I don't know. I don't know how you function as a human. Like he would drink 30 a day for a decade straight, more than a decade straight. He did it. He had this big giant beer gut. He was a mechanic in the army, and like he was basically drinking himself to death, though. That's why he ended up getting himself fixed. He ended up getting cancer. But isn't that wild? 30 beers a day. Can you fucking imagine that?
That's crazy. I don't even know how you even I feel like shit even just drinking a couple, and I don't even want to function. How do you drink 30 a day and then feel okay about life the next
and then
day?
wake up and go to work.
Yeah.
And then wake up and drive an hour and 20 minutes to work every day.
Oh,
I
God.
could never do that. Never. Never,
Shit's
ever,
great.
Kyle. Never.
All right. Hey, what's
All
an
right.
obscure part of the human anatomy that you find attractive? Don't give us no, feet
The
or
moose
hands.
knuckle.
We want something. What do you find attractive on a guy that people might think is strange? Like a good
The
set of
weenus?
eyebrows?
The
good
weenus?
weenus.
Everybody loves a weenus. Yeah, the skin on your elbow, the weenus. So what about the
solid
gullet?
weenus.
Are you into a gullet? I got a good fancy gullet here. Do you like
I've
this
got a
one?
good
Tap the
fancy gullet.
You like a set
Yeah, I
of
got a very nice gullet.
jowls?
Yeah, are you into that? A little bit of this. The
Oh
more the
my
better.
God.
You could grab onto that thing.
Long earlobes.
Yeah. What are you into?
Let's see. Let me think here.
Calloused knees,
Rhode Island accents.
hairy toe knuckles.
Oh my God. Hairy toe knuckles.
A back treasure trail. A back treasure trail goes
A
right down the
flimsy
crack.
wrist. What do you like?
A flimsy wrist.
People run like that when they run and their arms just like their wrist fucking flies all over the place.
Let's see. It's hard to say because you can't say the usual eyes or.
No, you cannot.
Yeah.
I love a receding hairline.
A receding
Really?
hairline.
Really? Is that right?
That's
Is
what
that
they
true?
graduate to daddy. So you just know.
Is that true? Do you like a receding hairline? Does that
Receding hairline
like a
equals
mature look,
thick
kinda?
wallets.
Yep.
I like a good back pocket bulge,
Good back pocket bulge. I am. You're a nice patchy gooch.
Nice patchy gooch. Oh man.
But I don't know. I don't really have anything obscure of a guy.
You're just into all the regular stuff.
Keep it pretty normal, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm gonna have to think about that now. Now that you say, I'm like, I wonder if there is something weird about guys that really turns me on.
All right. Well, you think about that, and we'll catch you on in the next one. And the last one for you, Crystal.
How long after you start dating someone is it okay to fart in front of them?
They say, and I just saw this meme, said
Are you
couples.
admitting to farting?
No, they
No.
say girls don't fart, they fluff. Okay, I've told this to you guys thousands of times. But they say couples that fart together
Stay together.
stay together.
That's bullshit.
I'm also not sure. That was the cause of my last breakup.
I couldn't take it anymore.
That's bullshit.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's such bullshit. I'm like, no, that's stupid. But
My wife will tell you that they say that the normal human farts like 14 times a day, and I do that before I roll out of bed in the morning. I don't think she likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I top that 14 number by fucking 5:40
All you have to
a.m.
do is put me into a position where I can't fart and I need to fart 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm sitting here in my house, no problem. Don't have to fart at all. But if you put me in a position where I can't fart, at least out loud, or I really shouldn't, then I just need to fart all the time. Any good place, like if we're going into a very important meeting with a whole bunch of high-ranked people, we're in a small room, I need to fart 70 times in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I've got to hold it in. If I had to go on a date with a girl in high school and we're going to a movie theater and it's super quiet, we're surrounded by people, I've got to fart 700 times built up in front of me. I mean, in me. I've got to drive her home, drop her off, and then just release all the way home. Why is that? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Mike gets called into the front office to talk to the commander, and it's like a scene out of
I'm like,
Step Brothers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like
was that a fart?
I gotta fucking shit my pants.
You look
Crazy.
No, I have the funniest story.
Farts don't wait for no one.
One time, me and Jared's like, yeah, there's this thing I used to do with like my ex. It's like, you know, you take the legs like a baby to help him like fart, you know, like that. I'm like, shut up, that does not work.
Like an accordion, yeah, you're like kind of like
with their legs. I'm like, that's stupid. That's so ridiculous, Jared. That doesn't work. And he's like, I'll do it to you. I'm like, okay, but whatever. It's not gonna work. Barely like pulled my legs and it's up.
And it fucking worked. See? Oh my God.
That's so funny.
I remember that. I remember my first son was super gassy, and somebody told us to do that. He always had like stomach pains, and we would sit there on the couch and just and just do it until they stopped.
Yeah,
you know,
get it trying to happy.
I tell Jared still to this day it never worked.
You know, I swear to God, I grew up in a house where I believe my mom never farted or took a shit for about 25 years. My mother. And I never heard her fart once, and I never saw her go to the bathroom for more than like a minute. So I never understood, like, you know, I always thought women shit on the 25th hour of the day.
That's so funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think actually
It's truly amazing.
I don't think my son has ever, well, I don't see him now, but like usually that's actually a good point. Cause you know, probably as little boys too, they kind of just look at our moms like we're just so perfect and pretty.
Yep. Yes. As a matter of fact, we are sponsored, Chad. We are sponsored by Imodium and Pepto-Bismol, motherfucker.
And Tums is about to join.
And Tums. Yep. We are.
And
Tums.
Well, that was fun. It was good to do a speed round. We haven't done one in a long time, and we knew you were the perfect person to do it. But you are in action May 2nd. Crystal, I'm excited to see you back in there. Claudia Zamora, she looked pretty decent in her dirty boxing fight a couple weeks ago. Thank God she didn't fuck her hands up or like.
I know.
Thank God she didn't get injured to the point where your fight got pulled off. But it didn't. You are fighting. Do you have anything else you want to say to anybody that's been hanging in there with you, waiting for you to get in the squared circle again for over a year now?
I know. I can't believe how long it's been. But yeah, wait time is almost over. I'm so excited. I'm sure everybody else is excited. And, you know, you guys know I'm horrible with improv. So I'm just like, yeah, tune in May 2nd. So I'm super excited.
Tell how you feel. Just tell us how you feel.
Point right in the camera and say, Claudia, it's a good goddamn thing you didn't fuck this up.
Right.
But I'm going to act like
found you.
I'm going to act like you were trying to fuck this up, and I'm going to fuck you up.
Right? I would be like,
and the car that you're on, since you don't want to go improv with it, the car that you're on is a fucking badass car. You got Jared and Creed at the top, Creer at the top, but you got your fight. You got the Larimore fight with Ace. You got Jomi and Jay Jackson. There are a ton of fucking badass fights on this card.
It is.
So not
it's
only
gonna be another shift show.
Yeah. So you got who all from Shift is on it? It's you and Jared and Larimore. Is there more?
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah. No, it's just us three.
Just three? Okay.
Yeah. We did have another one on there. I think their fight got canceled. There was going to be 4 of us on there, but now there's 3. So
Well, unfortunately, we can't go down there. I got arms.
yeah, I'm pissed.
Well, hey, blame it on Uncle Sam. I don't know what to fucking tell you. You know what? I wore a full blast shirt tonight.
Yay!
I know you're sponsored by those guys, and you work
Yeah,
with those
full
guys,
blast.
so,
Good boys.
yeah,
That looks great on you guys.
Yeah, well, we're wearing black stuff. I mean, black t-shirts. How do you not look good in a black t-shirt? We're not the best looking people in the world, but put a black t-shirt on us and look at us. We look jacked. Full blast, baby.
It's very fancy stuff.
Fancy stuff. Thank you, Crystal, for coming on here. We are excited for your fight. Mike, do you have anything else for the rugged?
Listen, everybody, you better be tuned in on April 27th, 2020. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the wrong one. Excuse me. Let's tune in May 2nd. My bad. BKFC Clearwater. You just tune in. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been waiting for a while, but it's finally going to happen. Unless she takes a fight tomorrow at some, I don't know, some other fucking fight.
Hey, go back to the other Go back to the other poster.
Yeah.
Which one do you like better? That one or that one?
This one? Or that?
I like the May 2nd one.
They're getting closer to this. They're like, it's gonna happen.
It looks like it looks like she like maybe like photo cropped her fist to look bigger.
I was just gonna say her fist is mighty large.
It looks mighty large,
but
like odd.
Closer, you know?
Andre the Giant's hand. You're right.
I like that one.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's really close to the camera.
And I have the baddest. You guys don't want to miss the mock weigh-ins. I got an awesome surprise happening.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So I have something badass planned for mock weigh-ins. It's gonna be pretty cool.
I love when people do things for those weigh-ins, because if nobody does anything at all, like if there's no beef between people, if nobody uses any cool costumes or does anything fun, it is so boring. I don't think people, the opportunity lies there within the show to go up and steal it. Just do something. Don't just walk up and be like,
and then shake hands.
Like nobody. What is that? You got to do something. You got to pull the crowd in. Don't just blend in with everybody else doing the same shit. Do something,
right? Yeah, I mean
that's freaking day to think about it.
I know. I mean, they have 8 weeks at least to think about it.
Do something. Oh my god, drives me nuts when this last one at Omaha. I was like, wanted to bang my head into a friggin' wall after it was over. I was like, none of these guys did anything. They all walked up and just looked at each other, and that was it. Nobody did anything at all. There wasn't one person that had a beef or anything that stood out. It was just like, ugh.
Yeah. That's I think that's one thing. You know, we haven't been on for a year, so we got to go all out. You know,
do it. Go all out.
Yeah. I'm walking out naked.
Tuned in.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody heard that.
I have headphones on. I hear everything.
But yeah, it's going to be really fun. So don't miss it.
Don't miss
And don't miss my fight either.
Well, it's almost 11 o'clock. Look what you've done.
Well, you guys were on late, okay?
We're always
Made
on
me
late.
wait in the green room for like 45 minutes.
No, get out of here.
It was like 7 extra minutes. Maybe 8. Maybe 8.
You guys are dramatic.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Crystal. We'll see you later. And we will be tuned in. We're going to put all our life savings on Crystal Pittman for this fight. So don't blow it. Don't blow it for us.
Don't blow it.
don't you blow it.
Pressure. No pressure, but my kids' college depends on you.
Right,
and I might lose my house. So
Crystal, go to bed. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Go get your sleep. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Adios.
Love you guys.
Everybody else, we'll see you. Bye.
That's all she wrote. Dan Mergliano breaks up his count. Here's your song.
Right to the body, counter right to the head. Knockdown number 2.
When I catch Rico, I know I'm gonna hurt him. This is a man on a mission.
Down goes Joey DeMaco.
The right hand back to the body goes Nicole Schaefer.
Oh, snap. Did I not click on the damn thing? I mean, you know.
my
I
God.
clicked
Hi,
on
Oh,
the-
I'm still here.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
See ya.
How did that happen?
Bye. I don't know how that happened.
The actual thing was highlighted over here. It's so sad. Bye, Crystal.
I'm kicking you from the
I don't even
studio.
understand how this
Bye.
stuff happens.
Dude, so
Been having all sorts of problems with StreamYard tonight. Like, I'm talking about like 100 different problems tonight. I don't understand what the fuck's going on with this thing. I'm gonna bust their skulls.
dude, so the Italy card is Saturday. You just showed the promo.
Mhm.
And we don't have Lorenzo on it, which is, old news now, and he's got his. But in the past week, we lost Nadia Miljancevic.
She's never gonna fight, right?
Right. She's never gonna. I
Is
was
it time to
disappointed.
for her to just say, "I've got to get an actual job somewhere and just never try to fight anymore"?
Yeah,
she's been trying to fight for fucking 5 years. What is this?
5 years. Yeah.
This is
Since
crazy.
we
Enough is
started
enough already.
covering the sport 5 years ago, she has been trying to fight, and it just has not happened. And
by
1
the
week
way,
out,
her name was spelt wrong on every single poster they put out.
yeah, I was.
Anyways, I don't know.
I gotta tell you, dude, I was disappointed when I saw that again.
I
'cause
am too.
I like both. I mean, I like Nicole Schaefer. She went out there in the one time that we seen her fight. She absolutely destroyed the chick that she fought. And we had been hearing about how badass Nadja was for so long.
Yeah.
And we forgot all about her for like the longest time. And then boom, all of a sudden she's back on the scene and she's fighting Nicole Schaefer in Italy. And we're like, oh my God, she's actually going to finally fight for the BKFC. This is great. I'm excited about this fight. And then boom, rug right out from under us once again. She's gone. So Nicole Schaefer has a new opponent. They got the press conference tomorrow, probably midday sometime, because it's going to be in Italy. So look for it. Is there a time for that, Mike? It's probably around noon time tomorrow, or 1 or 2 o'clock. I don't even know. Let me take a look. I'm looking at it right now. It is at 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So you got the press conference tomorrow at 1 p.m. Friday night, Friday afternoon, 1 p.m., you got the weigh-ins in Italy. And then the countdown show starts at noon on Saturday. The prelims start at 1. And then the main card will follow the prelims. So you guys have some BKFC stuff to watch the next few days, and I'm excited about it. How about you?
I'm definitely excited. I cannot wait. There's a lot of things happened. There was a bunch of things announced in the last on the last show. We've got a lot of things coming up. We brought one up before. We have Birmingham coming up. We've got this that was announced today.
Mundell and Sanchez announced today. This is great. I love this. In Albuquerque, goddamn shout out to Dave Mundell, because he just goes and fights wherever they want him to fight. It's fucking awesome. He's a fighting champion.
Awesome.
He's a fighting champion, and Donald Sanchez is no slouch. He's gonna have a real hard fight out there in front of hometown Albuquerque for Sanchez. So that's a great fight.
Yeah, the old Tingley Coliseum. We've got this that was announced. That's going to be fantastic. Can't wait to see who's going to be on that. Jules said she's got some tricks up her sleeve for this event. So I'm wondering what kind of female fighters are going to be on this card. But this weekend, we have this going on. So everybody pay attention, because it's coming, and it's coming hard, and it's coming quick.
Right. Shout out, let's go, boy. I'm saying Falcon 09 just said it right there. Best sport on the planet. It really is. Let's go, boy. Shout out, let's go, boy, dude. Top to bottom, prelim 1 to main event. You don't want to miss a single fight ever. And you can't say that about all the other combat sports. You know what I'm saying? You don't. You can't say that about the other ones. Like, there's a lot of fights that nobody gives a shit about on most fight cards. And in this sport, you don't even need to know who the two people stepping in the fucking ring are. You just know that two guys or two girls are gonna go in there. They're gonna toe the line 3 feet apart from each other. And when the bell rings, 2 minutes later, somebody's either gonna be knocked out or they're gonna be sitting on a stool, ready for another 2 minutes, and they're only going to do it 5 times. It's only 10 minutes long. It's fucking fantastic. It is the modern, short attention span, perfect combat sport. And you can't say that about the rest of them. So.
Yes, sir. Well,
thank you to Ace and Quentin and Crystal for coming on here. Shout out to our sponsor real quick. We got Dynamic Life at LIV Dynamic on Instagram. Hit the link in the bio. You can become a patient in just 20 seconds. Weight loss, sexual health, and anti-aging. Dynamic Life. It is at LIV Dynamic on Instagram. And then head over to the Rasha, the official mindset and recovery tool of the BKFC and the Mike and Mish show. Go to at Rasha Elite on Instagram. Link in the bio will bring you to the website, therasha.com. It is the real deal. Shout out to those sponsors for keeping us going. And thank you to our guests for coming on. And thank you to everybody who was watching tonight. Mike, do you have anything else for the peoples tonight?
After 2 hours and 3 minutes and 10, 11, 12 seconds, I don't have anything else. We will see you next Wednesday. Make sure you're watching the fights and support your local fighters. Let's go.